Morning, it's Patsy. I'm down the caravan this week, so this is the first chance I've had to get on because I've had my daughter, son-in-law and 18-month-old granddaughter with me over the weekend. They went home last night, ready back for work and what have you, so I popped on this morning to do my May update. I didn't, last week I was working with the cards, the Chakra Wisdom Oracle and the Chakra Tarot by Tony Hartman. The same author did both. I did one of the spreads for the Chakra Oracle, but I didn't get round to the Chakra Tarot one because I came away a bit earlier than expected, so I just didn't get the chance to go on and do that. So that's something I'll be doing when I go home because I didn't actually bring the cards with me. But I really loved working with the Chakra Oracle deck last week, and that's what I shall continue working with. And I'm really enjoying the Chakra Tarot too. But like I said when I showed them last week, I'm not a fan of the artwork, but I liked the way the system was and what have you. So that is when I will be giving a go when I go home. I just haven't had a chance. So other things what happened in May is not an awful lot because of my eyes still. That's still an ongoing thing, and I'm hoping that they are improving. Still think, you know, some way to go and what have you, but I'm hoping that things will start improving over the next month or so. If not, next month I've got an review at the hospital again from my appointment this month, so we will have to see how that goes. But it was also my birthday month. I did show what I got for my birthday, so I shan't go through all them again because I already showed those. And the new decks that I'd got up to date sort of thing, I showed all of those. I haven't done no reading obviously because I've not been able to do no reading, but I have got some new decks here that I'll show you, what I haven't showed yet, what I'll quickly show you now what I got. For my birthday, my daughter who came down to the caravan with me said instead of getting me something at home she'd wait till she come down here because she knew there's a couple of shops here. So she popped into one of the shops with me and she bought me this deck. It's the Tarot of Marseille. It's just I want to learn the Marseille system. It's not something I've ever worked with, but it's something that I said I'd like to try. And I didn't want to spend an awful lot on a deck. That you get a little white book. That's the backings. I didn't want to it's a bit glare there. There you go. Spend an awful lot of money. And then it's not something that I gelled with or enjoyed doing. So just bought this basic deck. Something that I've wanted to work with for a while. So we've got like the swords. I think they're quite a standard depiction of the swords. So here we go, these all the, it's a good card stock this, it's Los Scarabeo I believe, let's have a look. Yeah, Los Scarabeo, I thought so. So yeah, so that's the swords, then we've got the wands. Thoughts of the wands. Pentacles. I'm not going through separately with each card because, like I said, all they are is a different amount of whatever pentacles or whatever it is on them. So I just do and then obviously the last one is the cups. I haven't got a book or nothing yet, but I'm sure there's plenty online and what have you I can be doing with until. So, going from the back, look, there's the world. Oh, they're probably even mixed up. Yeah, because there's the full there. So, but just to give you a quick idea of what the images are on here. Not sure I'll get on with these because, like I said, I've always used the Rider-Waite system, and all my decks are that system. I think there's a couple that's probably based on the box system, but I don't read them that way. So it'll be interesting to see how I get on learning the Naya Sai, but it'll give me something to do once I'm in a better position to do a lot more reading. But I wanted those for a while, so she got me those for my birthday to enable me to learn. Sorry about that. Right, so the 2 decks that I got before I came away, I brought with me, but these are a couple of decks that I'll be working with for a while, so they're not going to be like a deck that I work with this week. These are going to be one that I work with probably for a few months. I love Native American cultures and everything Native American, and I was looking for some decks, and there isn't that many that kind of spoke to me. I'd seen this one, The Medicine Woman, just printing that touch box, by Carol Bridges for a while, but I hadn't really looked into it. And I saw somebody using this, and had a look on YouTube for a review of it, and I found a really good one. I'll try and remember to link that. It was from Cosmic Creeper, I think it was, and she did a great walkthrough of this one. It's and I went and bought it then. But this is going to be a deck that I'm going to have to spend quite a lot of time learning. The card names are all changed. That's the backs of them. I love the backs. Now, she does say at the top what the number and the original card name, so this is the full, but she calls it the seed. The Magician becomes Resources. The High Priestess becomes Seeker. Empress becomes Bounty. Emperor becomes Command. The Hierophant becomes Peacemaker. Lovers is Ecstasy. Chariot is Warrior. Strength is Healing. The Hermit is Guide. The Wheel of Fortune is Harvest. Justice is Balance. The Hanged Man is Vision. Death is Sunset. Love that image. Temperance is Blend. The Devil is Trickster. The Tower is Pierced Shield. Star is the Grandfathers. The Moon is the Grandmothers. Sun, Rebirth. Judgment is Discernment. And the World is Dancer. Oh, no. Then we get Start at the Start. All the suit names have changed, so these ones are the stones, which would be the pentacles. So we get the Ace of Stones, 2 of Stones, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the 8, 9, and the 10 of Pentacles. Then she goes, instead of the Page we get the Apprentice. Instead of the Knight we get the Totem of Stones, which is Snake, the Crawlers. Then the Queen is now the Harvest Lodge of the Stones. And the King is the Exemplar of Stones. So that's like what would be the Pentacles. The next one is trying to get them. These ones are the pipes. We have the Ace of Pipes, and then the 2, the 3 pipes. Obviously, you know, this one you can tell by looking at it that this is more what originally would be the ones. The 4, the 5, 6, 7, the 8, 9, and 10 would be the 10 of Wands. And then again we go, instead of the Page we have the Apprentice of Pipes. Instead of the Knight we have the Totem of Pipes, which is the Eagle, the Flyers. The Queen is the Power Lodge of the Pipes, and the King is the Exemplar of Pipes. So that would be the Wands. And then we've got what would be the Swords. So we have the Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of Swords, and the 10. And then we go again, the Page becomes the Apprentice, the Knight becomes the Coyote, the 4 legs, or the 4-legged Tarot of the Arrows, Teaching Lodge of the Arrows, that's quite different, there we go, that's the Queen, and then the King is the Exemplar of the Arrows. So that's the sword suit. And then we go to the last suit, which is the cups, which in this one is called the bowls. That one. There we go. Ace of bowls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we get the Apprentice, the Totem of Bowls, which is the Dolphin, the Swimmers, which is the Knights. Then you get the Queen, which is the Nurturing Lodge of the Bowls, and then the King is the Exemplar of Bowls. So that's all the suits, and you get 2 spare cards, just little welcome energies of earth, air, fire and water. Let us create a life, beauty, reverence and wonder. With each season let us rejoice through every pleasure, every phase of sun and moon. Let us be in harmony in every direction. Shall we offer our love? Let the reading begin. And the other one says, Great Spirit, Mother Creator, bless the earth through my life. Source of all nourishment, we seek to replenish your sacred world. Guide us now through these images, words and feelings within us as we reach into the wholeness. Let all that is needed be known. So that's like a couple of little things that you get with that as well. A little white book is just that, a little white book. There's not an awful lot in there. There is a spread, and a couple of bits about the suits, but there's not an awful lot there. You do get about 3 or 4 readings, but it's all. But so that's the little white book. So that's the Medicine Tarot. So what I did was I went and bought the book as well to get more insight into it by the same author, Carol Bridges. Again, this is a thorough going through why she chose those cards and everything like that. So it looks really interesting actually. And like I said, I won't go into great detail with that. I will link that. I think it's Cosmic Creepers, because she did a great review of the cards and of the deck. So if you are interested in this deck and want a fuller review, she's been using this deck since she was a young girl, and it's one of her soul decks. So if I post that link below, you'll be able to go and watch that. but she gives an in-depth of the cards and the book. So the other deck that I got was another Native American deck. Again, this is Les Scarabeo. Again, it's because I wanted a tarot deck that kind of fulfilled my love of the Native Americans. And I saw this and I was drawn to it because I hadn't seen one that would sort of spoke to me. You get a nice little thick white book with this. It's quite chunky because the words are really tiny, so this is not something I'm going to be able to read quite yet, or not very easily. So this, but I bought it while I saw it, and it'll just come out once I can do work with it. But there's the backs, and it is reversible. Yeah, that's the backs. Now again, we've got the name changes, and some of them. There's the Fool. Then the Magician is the Hosting Coyote. Then we have the Corn Maiden, the Medicine Woman, the Council Chief. As you see, we've got a lot of different names, Shane. And then we have some normal ones, like the Lovers. But then we have, instead of the Chariot, we have the Sled. Then we have the Strength. Hermit is the Hermit. The Wheel becomes the Medicine Wheel. Then we have Justice. We have the Sun Dancer instead of Hanged Man. Death is Death. Then we have the Weaver. Dancer. The Devil. The Tower. But they stay the same. Then we have the Stars. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. So like I said, some of the names have stayed the same, but some names have been changed in the major arcana. They're all recognisable, and it is based on an RWS, so that's all the majors. And then we've got different suit names. Again, the names I think of all the suits have changed. Right, so we starting off at the Kings. Let me just start at the. Yeah. So we have these. This suit is the Blades. So that's the Ace. Trying to find the best way to show you. The 2, the 3. I didn't realise they all have. That says Morning. The Scout is 4. Didn't realise I've got keywords on. 5 is Spiritualist. But then, like I said, I haven't really looked. Journey is the 6 of. So this must be the Swords, I'm assuming, because that image is very similar to that other 6 of Swords. And the Journey. Horse Thief is the 7. So the Blades are the first time I've really seen these ones. Captive is 8. Yes, this is definitely the Swords, isn't it? I can't say that word. Polygamy. So 9. Ruin is the 10 of Swords. And then we have Maiden of Blades. Hour of Blades. Chief of Blades. Matriarch of Blades. So that is one suit. And we got the pipes, which would be the ones. So we have the Ace. 2, which is the Trapper. 3 is Joint Effort. 4 is Honour. 5 is Stickball. 6 is Victory. Yeah, so this is definitely the ones. Counting Coupe is 7. Smoke Signals is 8. Defiance is 9. Mockery is 10. Then we have the Maiden of Pipes, the Warrior of Pipes, Chief of Pipes, and the Matriarch of Pipes. So that's the ones. So then we go to the vessels. The vessels, which is obviously the cups. You have the Ace. 2 is Union. 3 is Corn Dance. 4 is Pregnancy. 5 is Warrior Woman. 6 is Contentment. 7 is Vision Quest. 8 is Indolence. 9 is the Wish card. 10 is Happy Family. Maiden of Vessels is the page. Warrior of Vessels for the Chief of Vessels. Matriarch of Vessels. That's the cups. And then finally the Pentacles, which is the Ace. These are shields. Kachina Juggler is the 2. The 3 is the Craftsman. The 4 is Silence. 5 is Cultivation. 6 is Giveaway Dance. Trail of Tears is 7. Sand Painter is 8. That's 9. Thunderbird is 9. Harvest is 10. And then we've got the Maiden of Shields, Warrior of the Shields, Chief of Shields, and Matriarch of Shields. Now you will see that there are different kinds of Native Americans in this deck. They're not all one tribe, and it does state this on the side. It does say the cards depict different aspects of daily life from a variety of Native American tribes, including Apache, Arapaho, Cherokee, Cheyenne, Comanche, and Sioux, Shawnee, Navajo, created by Magda Gonzalez of Shawnee heritage and illustrated by her husband J.A. Gonzalez. The cards feature Native American history, symbolism and folklore, including material related by a Blackfoot medicine man, Harry Sparrowhawk. And like I said, it's a US game system, this one. It just again comes in a little box, little slip box. But the book here is quite, like I said, a significant little book with it, but it's not that far off the Rider-Waite that you wouldn't recognise it anyway. You just get one little card, just just a little tiny card, name card, and then this one you get a medicine song. Grant our children life and happiness, send forth the good south wind, send forth your breath over the waters, that our world may be beautiful and our people may thrive. Far off over there, Sun Father awakens and climbs up his ladder, leaving his resting place. May all complete life's long road, may all grow old, may our little ones know the sweet smell of the sacred breath of life. May all of our children have maize that may complete their journey. Sit down, remain here, we give our best gift, our best thoughts. We inhale the sweet smell of the sacred breath through our prayer plumes. So that's like a little prayer. Then you've got to get with it as well. So that's that deck. So they're the new ones that I've got, and they're the ones that I shall be working with this one this week, because, like I said, this is not that far off the Rider-Waite system that I wouldn't be able to pick that up straight away. So this is one I'm going to work with this week while I'm down here at the caravan. The other one, the Medicine Woman, is going to take more work. That one will be working through the summer with that one, I think. But yes, so being as I'm down the van, that'll be the one that I work with. And I'll have a look into these, the Marseille, but this one I will be working with over the coming few months to see how I get on with those. But I will pop up the link below for Cosmic Reapers. So that's been my May so far, and I'm down here for the rest of the week. So I will see you all soon, and have a lovely day. Bye.